happening, Scott Gimple?
This is the end of Rick Grimes on The Walking Dead.
Hey Walking Dead fans, welcome back to the channel everybody. This is a Rick Grimes movie news video. We're going to get caught up on what we know so far about the movie and the story. Where did Rick go? A little bit about the production and the expanded universe. And we're going to go over a Scott Gimple interview. Mostly he was on The Talking Dead right after that episode where Rick flew away in the helicopter. And he pretty much told us everything in that interview, just not a lot of details, but he did lay it out. So we'll look at that. We'll also look at a few new articles and some information.
They're going to have the scope of feature films. It expands the universe.
So the reality, of course, is they haven't even started production on any of the movies. And I'm betting they don't even have a script yet. But I do think they'll get all of that together and start production this year. Hopefully next year we'll have that first movie. One big new thing we have learned from the articles from Brandon at comicbook.com and some other places is that, at least in the early stages, Rick was going to the northeast of the United States.
It's going to show a whole different corner of the world. It's going to show a different situation that Rick is involved in. These are going to be shown on AMC.
So if we just kind of theorize and break that down a little bit, they are kind of around this area. In the Washington, D.C. area on the Virginia side, I think. They're kind of spread out communities there. And some of the rumors are that they took Rick to the northeast. So, of course, the helicopter could have flew east and went out to the water and got on a boat and went up the coast. Or if the helicopter flew in a straight line without refueling, if you really, I don't know if the writers or the TV show, a zombie TV show, gets this detailed on how far a helicopter can fly on fuel. That type of helicopter, already probably covering half its fuel distance to pick up Rick and Jadis, should only have about half a fuel tank to get back to its destination. So if you look at reality and what that helicopter could fly, maybe 130-ish, 40-ish miles, a half a tank. This really only puts them around Philadelphia or a little short of that. It doesn't really get them all the way to New York, and I don't know if they would just go straight north, what's really out there. Straight north takes them into the mountains. But some other things we've learned in the articles is that Gimple has said it's going to have a sci-fi element to it. And that takes me not to aliens or anything like that. That takes me to scientists and experimentation, that type of sci-fi. And a lot of these details are really honing in on maybe where Rick is going is not the Commonwealth. That's going to be Georgie, Maggie, that story, once it plays out. Gimple says there's a whole lot of story to tell, and he's going to do it in 3 movies in Rick's story. And there's definitely been a lot of hints that the movies and the show will tie into each other, and possibly some of these other productions I'll mention here in a minute. But another rumor says they're just planning a 2-month production on the movie. That easily fits it into this year if they can get a script together. And most of us have heard the news about Michonne leaving the Walking Dead show, possibly going into the movies. There may be some crisscrossing going on. We're not really sure how they're going to write this, but they're talking about it'll be on an epic scale, and really hope they at least get close to that.
And we're going to be seeing an epic story told over years.
So on that Talking Dead, Gimple really talks to us a lot about the expanded universe. He said they're going to have specials, and they're working on them now. So
New series in different lengths. We're going to be doing specials. We're working on that now.
what I got from that was that they're working on some The Walking Dead story specials, and they're working on those now. They're about to start production on the movies. He says there will be other series, shorter series, longer series. So not only is there a chance for something like Negan backstory, some Daryl side story, but they could also throw in some other crossover material, or even one-offs like the comic called The Alien, which showed us Rick Grimes' younger brother. But I think a lot of these will be original stories.
You're going to see characters that are gone, dead and gone. We're going to see stories of their past.
One big thing that Gimple said was the stuff about we're going to see dead characters their past stories. Dead characters come back. And one of the biggest clues that have come forth on that front is an Abraham backstory movie. There'll be Abraham, and it could cross over a character from Fear the Walking Dead. Daniel Salazar could cross over into that movie with Abraham.
We're just going to be telling Walking Dead stories in different ways.
And we have learned from news before, I even did a video on it, is that they're writing a novel that's set in China, a Walking Dead, like as the apocalypse happens in China. It's set over there following a group of people. And Scott Gimple said we're going to see in this all these specials and new series, digital media content, and all kinds of different things. We're going to see all around the world.
We're going to see all around the world. We're going to see the past. We're going to see the present. Might see the future.
So all of you guys that were really hoping for a European Walking Dead, for a China Walking Dead, all of those things and more could be coming our way. And Gimple said it's a very long-term plan. He's not going to throw it all at us at once. It'll be over the course of years. That's why they were talking like it's a 10-year plan, but that's already been a couple years in. So we should be getting a lot of content in the next 3 to 4 years of The Walking Dead. Even though the ratings are really low, they may have to take a step back and see what's up, but they've never really taken a step back much yet up to this point. I think they're going to barrel forward, and even if ratings get really, really low, we're going to have Walking Dead for several more years.
Some of it is going to speak to each other, and they're going to be all connected, and some of it will be totally on its own.
And he said some of this stuff is going to speak to each other, and some will be totally on its own. So you could definitely have some type of webisode or special that's just a story in itself, just relating in the same world.
That when you make the Walking Dead movies, that you need to also make a Talking Dead movie. I'm just saying that would be the only fair thing to do.
So with all the evidence, what are we left with? We're left with it's going to be a sci-fi element to these movies. Something like a Cure, I'm thinking. I don't think it's aliens. What do you guys think? What is the sci-fi element to these movies? Is it going to be a science, like evil scientist type thing, a government military thing? What's up with this? Is it going to be aliens? Holy shit. And then we've got they're going toward the northeast of the United States. So they're heading towards Philadelphia, New York, up that direction. I'm thinking, are they going out to the coast, to a boat, to a ship? Or are they flying directly to their destination in the helicopter? And are they playing it real world and knowing they can only go about 130 to 50 miles? Or they're going to totally fly 600 or 800 miles away? What's up with this information?
Things that are not easy to describe at the moment.
But at least we know that's kind of what they have in their mind right now. And it's rumored Jadis will be in the first movie at least.
I found him.
And that the story may be that it's a man looking for his family. You know, he was trying to get his family together, look for his family when he was dying in that episode 5. And so the movie story will really be a man looking for his family. He is aware, like he doesn't have amnesia, and he is a man in that story knowing he has got to get back to his family. And I'm guessing what they're trying to figure out right now is the gist of the story. What's the dilemma, the reason why he can't make it back or won't make it back? Because as you heard Scott Gimple at the very first of this video, it's the end of the Rick Grimes story and the Walking Dead TV show.
It's really mind-blowing to think that this has been this 9-year journey has happened.
But I'm definitely thinking they're working on a script right now. As far as a teaser or any more information, we may not get it for at least another month or two. So just hold on, keep watching on the channel for more Rick movie news. As soon as we get it, we'll compile it or throw it out there to you. Let me know your thoughts on the sci-fi northeast corner, how far they went, where they are, what's the group, what situation is Rick in. Put your thoughts in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more dead stuff.